Connor!
Oh shit, I didn't prepare my questions.
Oh no. Oh no.
Shit, I forgot. I'm not joking,
What a start.
I'm so sorry.
What a start to the show.
Oh,
Folks,
fuck.
if you didn't hear the past 10 seconds of the show, Connor has forgotten to prepare his questions for what is our favourite new segment that everybody likes to love.
I can probably think of some on top of my head.
Okay.
You'll probably win, because they're obvious.
Oh, well, I mean, it is your fault, to be fair. So.
Oh, shit. Okay, so these questions, you said it's like stuff that came out about the show, it's like a total lie.
So, yeah, in our new weekly segment to find out who's the better Whovian is... we have a new segment every week, and a new topic every week, and this week's topic of questions is, Doctor Who rumors that never came true. Yeah. Connor, if you would like, I'll reschedule the episode this week, so we go into the theme song, and we can go on pause for a moment, you can find your questions, and then we'll come back out, and you'll be ready, and you're good to go. How does that sound?
Okay, I literally can be like 2 minutes, but yeah, go on. I'm so sorry, everyone.
That's
I'm so
okay.
sorry.
All right, folks, whilst Connor goes in there and does that, let's roll into the worst intro in the galaxy, the 50% podcast. Pew, 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 pew.
Pew, 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 pew. 50% per car. I fucked that up. And we're back. Wow, that was surprisingly quick. Connor, you have a cool Pokemon mug there. That's pretty cool. Oh, yeah, I got this in Margaret River a few years ago.
Yeah,
I love it.
I've got my favorite tea mug is my blue TARDIS outline mug from the Doctor Who experience in Cardiff. Very
I had
cool.
my Dalek one a second ago, but I must have washed it, so I normally had that one. And it fits the show, obviously.
It does,
but yeah.
It does. Anyway, so, during the 5 seconds that we were gone, Connor has come up with 3 amazing questions, so we're going to face off.
Yes, sorry, folks.
Well, I guess we'll go through like a question at a time through each other, and we got 3 questions each, so we'll see how we go. Connor, you go first. I went first last week, my man.
Okay, so... Alright. This is so... Okay, alright. I just read this and it's really cool. So, the Monk trilogy in Series 10...
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there was a rumour that it was going to circle around a particular saying with the current president of the United States. What was that?
Fake
It's
news?
not true. Oh, fuck. Shit!
Well, my only thoughts with that were because...
Fuck.
The way I narrowed that down, obviously fake news is one of the main things that you think of with Trump. And 2, it's the truth monks. Truth?
I see.
Fake news.
I'm probably making these questions too obvious when I'm saying them. I always feel bad because they sound impossible in my head, but then you always get them. Alright, what's yours?
Alright, mine,
By the way, that wasn't true, but yeah, he was right.
Yeah, okay.
It's fake things, right? Which never came true.
Yeah, things that never came true.
Okay.
Alright, so
cool.
my first question for you, Connor, is who was the rumoured New Who companion, Percy?
Oh, fuck's sake. So it was like an actor who said he's going to be playing this person.
Maybe not actor. It's to do with the Chibnall era. One of the rumoured companions of the Chibnall era. He may have been of a different species or something.
Oh,
5,
God.
4, 3, 2, 1. Give us your answer.
I had no idea.
No idea?
No.
Percy was going to be the travelling cat that travelled
the
with
cat.
Jodie Whittaker.
Oh, yeah, the cat. Yeah,
I think his name was Percy.
Cats. I love cats. I don't know that.
I thought of that one in my head. Okay, you go. My next one when I get to it is fucking hilarious, and I didn't actually know about it. I looked this one up. But you go do your next one.
What character was rumoured to be in A Good Man Goes to War, but wasn't?
Oh, Captain Jack?
Fuck's sake. I'm giving these too easy, I swear.
I only know that because recently it came out that apparently he was asked to be in it or something. But no.
He was filming Miracle Day.
Yeah, but then Barnum the other day was like, "Oh, no one fucking asked me, But I think it's sort of a thing where he wasn't asked because they already knew that he was going to be filming it. Yeah, okay. My next question is really funny.
Okay.
It is really funny. All right. Who was rumored to be the secret personality of the season 4 Supreme Dalek?
The secret personality is in what?
Like, okay, so the Supreme Dalek wasn't the normal Supreme Dalek. It had like, you know how Clara was inside the Dalek in Asylum of the Daleks? It was like another character inside of the Supreme Dalek.
Ah, shit. Okay.
So dumb. It's so weird and bizarre.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it? But so many people were in that episode.
I know.
Okay, I'm gonna pick the randomest thing. The Master. That was a good guess. What? Who?
So all these characters were rumored to be. Sorry, I just would have bumped my mic big time then. For a second, I thought I didn't turn it on. Sorry. So all these characters were rumored to be coming back for the season 4 finale, right? And then
Yes.
everyone heard that Harriet Jones was coming back. And
What?
this rumor started that she was going to be the Supreme Dalek.
But she dies in the episode.
Yeah, but no one knew that yet, obviously.
Oh, it's just before it.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Like, when the filming pics were coming out and stuff of, like, the Supreme Dalek and stuff, and people had heard that Harriet Jones was in it, they were like, Harriet Jones is the Supreme Dalek. I don't know how
That's
the
the most
fuck that
bizarre.
happened. So weird. Okay. Come on, Connor. Give me a good one.
Okay. Alright. What? I don't know if it's true or not because I've never heard this before, but it said what character was rumored to come back in series 11 but never did. It's a huge character, one that didn't come back for a while, was meant to, and they said it was going to be in it, but never has.
Well, I know Captain Jack was as well in that one. But, so that is like the right answer, but I assume that's also not the answer that you're looking for. A different character than Jack? Is that right?
Well, character, anything.
What? A different character. Sorry, a character.
Well, character, anything. A character can be anything.
Like the TARDIS.
No.
Okay.
Anything. Character, villain, alien, species, robot.
Okay, well,
5,
I know it was
4,
like rumored that
3,
Jack and
2,
Eve Miles were meant to be back
1.
in Series 11. But...
Sea Devils, bitch.
Oh, bullshit. That has been
Character,
a thing.
it's a Sea Devils, it's a character.
Every season, people have been like, the Sea Devils are coming back. And
Yeah,
then
I know
in
that-
like Praxeus, it was almost confirmed that they were coming back. And everyone was like, oh my god.
That's
the
what I
Sea
mean.
Devils are coming back. And that would have made that episode way more memorable. But hey, here we are.
Well, you still won anyway.
I have, but Connor, shall we do my final question for you?
Yes.
Alright. Get ready. What classic villain was rumored to return and face off against Matt Smith in season 6?
Classic. In series 6. Oh, God, I suck at these. Classic villain that hasn't been back.
I was all about this rumor when it was happening. I was like, I read it online and I was like, that's fucking sick. And the evidence was actually, I'm surprised it didn't happen.
Really? Oh, nah. Nah, that's not a villain. Or did you say villain or villains?
Villain.
Oh, this is gonna be, shit, I don't want to say it. I think I said Omega last week. I'm gonna say Omega. Is it Omega?
Yeah, Omega.
Yes!
So,
yes!
there was like a few things that led to it.
Oh,
I can't actually remember a lot of them. But the main one that stands out to me is, you know, the army boys that Ritter was friends with?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they obviously come back in A Good Man Goes to War. They have their patch is like an Omega symbol with 2 lines going down, like the number 2, like the Roman numeral for 2.
Right.
And so it looks like Omega 2. And that was like, that was obviously like a big fucking thing that was right there in our faces. And I was like, it's gotta be. Like, their religion must have something to do with Omega. And I think that would be so fucking cool. And I just remember being so disappointed when just nothing came about it and it was just like a coincidence. And I think there was a few other things as well that had hinted at it. But yeah.
I'm just happy I got one right.
You did get one right. But, a round of applause for me, myself. Thank you all. Connor, clap for me. Clap for me, thank you.
Right,
yep, thank you very much. I'll take that. Thank you.
You're on a 2.5?
Oh god, I need to move my
1.5?
mic. I keep hitting it by accident.
I think you're on 2.5.
I am on 2.5. You're on 0.5.
This is ridiculous, ladies and gentlemen. I can't believe it. You know, I'm going to come back next week. To be fair, that wasn't bad for just pulling answers out of my ass 2 minutes later of remembering my questions.
Yeah, sure.
Thanks. I thought it was pretty good. I had pretty good answers for someone who just didn't remember. But
so school
next week I'm
reunion.
going to remember. Okay.
Guys, welcome back to the 50% show. It all feels weird.
Beep, 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 beep.
It feels weird because we usually go into the theme song and then do this, because we reworked it, so you guys didn't have to awkwardly sit there quietly. But hey, alright, so we're back. Brand new episode this week as we carry on pumping our way through all of New Who. We have gotten up to season 2, episode 3. Connor, what's it called?
School Reunion
Is the third episode in the second series of the British science fiction television series Doctor Who. It first aired on BBC One on the 29th of April 2016. The episode's narrative takes place in England sometime after the events of the 2005 episode The Christmas Invasion, and involves the 10th Doctor, David Tennant, reuniting with his former traveling companion, Sarah Jane Smith, Elizabeth Sladen, whom the 4th Doctor left behind in the 1976 serial The Hand of Fear. In the episode The Alien Race, the Krill-Latans, disguising themselves as a school faculty, use the minds of children to solve a theory of everything that would allow them to control time and space. Sorry, Connor was bopping around and I felt obligated to sing it.
It almost sounded like a rap in a way. You kind of
did.
nailed that, Aidan. Well done.
Yeah, look, what can I say? I'm here to supply raps. I don't know where I was going with that. I don't know what just happened.
What a great episode.
Yeah, look, what a cracker. What a belter. I don't have too many fond memories of this episode, to be honest.
Really?
I was going in kind of being like, obviously Sarah Jane was in it, but I always remember it being like, the only good thing about it was that Sarah Jane was in it, and I didn't really vibe it too much as a kid. But we'll just say my opinion has changed. Take it away, Connor. Give us your thoughts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Alright. This is the last time I'm going to say this, but this episode also terrified me as a young lad.
Series 2 fucked me up.
It did. Something about episode technically 1, 2, and 3. I always as a kid always called New Earth 2 and all that shit, but whatever. I don't know what it is about these 3 episodes. They really made me nervous. I really struggled to watch it because I had issues going to school anyway. I got nervous and didn't like being without my mum, so this didn't help. And then we moved to Australia, and I won't say the name of the school, but the school in this episode always reminded me of the college next to our school.
Like,
the one that was like only 11 and 12. You're 11, 12.
Yeah, gotcha.
It always reminded me of that. So every time I go to like school where we went when I was like a young kid, in year 3, I would look at it and be like terrified. And I was always scared my teachers were bats in disguise. But I always really dug it. I thought it was really cool. I always remember it thinking it was quite edgy. Like it's like children die in this episode. I don't think they could get away with that nowadays, but you know, it had the spooky elements. My dad was telling me about K9, and then I finally got to see him in an episode. They did a really good job at introducing like Sarah Jane, and even when I was a young lad, I understood like their history together. I didn't know back in the day much about the previous Doctors, but I knew the show had been on before, and it kind of blew my mind that there was like a companion from before. All the chemistry between Rose and Sarah Jane is just great. They had some really good banter. Mickey's back. I love Mickey. Mickey's like such a good lad. Like, and he's so funny. Episode. I love like he has like a really good arc. Like the whole tin dog thing, and then it ends with him saying, "Actually, I'd like to come with you guys. I don't want to be the tin dog." I think the Cluritanes, they did their job at like scaring me as a child. I like how they take over people's races and like take their best abilities and use them. And there's a great speech about the Time War. I forget the actor's name, but he's really good. The headmaster.
Filch. What's he
Filch?
called? Thingy Attack. Sorry, not Attack. Anthony Head.
Yes.
I think he's Emily Head's father. And
Yeah,
Emily
from
Head
Inbetweeners.
is one of the girls in the Inbetweeners.
Yeah, literally, yeah, Carla, yeah?
Yeah, Carly,
And
I'm
then
pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah, he's in the movie. He plays Will's dad. It's pretty cool.
Oh, he does, doesn't he?
Yeah, like for like a
one
scene. Like one
Yeah.
scene, yeah. He used to terrify me as a child. I remember seeing him in another show and I just could not see him as like a Cluritane.
Acrylitane.
Yeah, Cluritane, yeah.
It doesn't sound like you're saying... I don't know whether it's just a connection. It sounds like you're
How
saying
dare you.
Cliritane.
Huh?
Sounds like you're saying Cliritane.
Cluritane.
Crilitane. Okay, no, it's just your accent, I think.
Cluritane, yeah. Cluritanes.
Yeah, you're saying it right. I'm sorry.
They always,
Go on.
They always reminded me of pterodactyls. Fun fact. But my boy K9. That's all I gotta say about that. Anyway, you
John
continue.
Leeson.
What do you think, Aidan?
Fuck. So, you know how I said I enjoyed this episode?
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Usually when I come down to my office next where I record the podcast, I have a document up where I just like, when I get a second, I just type in my notes. This episode, there was so much stuff that I was like, fuck man, I need to get my notes out on my phone and jot this shit down. Now, I have a lot to say.
I'd love to hear it. Well,
because
because
this episode.
you're more of a classic Who fan, so it must have been really cool to see K9 and Sarah Jane back in action.
It was a bit cool. It's a little... okay, one, it was really cool now that I've seen very recently the end of Sarah Jane's run in Classic Who. It was cool to see like how that got referenced and stuff like that. How the Doctor left her at the wrong spot. Like that's so funny.
Right.
But two, the weird thing is, Sarah Jane and K9, they don't leave the show together. They leave at different points. But then what makes it work is, do you know about K9 and Company?
What, the TV show?
Yeah, so it was like a Classic Who spin-off that they tried to make.
Yes,
in the 80s or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that only ever got a pilot, and that's what brought Sarah and K9 together. And I kind of love that Russell was like, they only got a pilot, but it's still fucking canon.
It's still canon, right.
He used that to sort of bring them together, which is
That's
cool.
great.
Yeah. All right, on to my actual notes.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the first episode now. Like I know I said last week, I think this is the episode where David has like got into a stride. But no, I think this episode is where David really got in his stride. Because last week we just got to see him, obviously a bit of a laugh here and there, but it was like very tense. Not really like the super emotional side and stuff. This episode we got so much range from David, and it was awesome. It's the best he's done out of the 4 episodes so far, I reckon.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
2, I think playing, what's his name? What's his fucking name? Kenny. But who, like, I fucking love Kenny.
Kenny's he's a lad. Yeah, he's
amazing.
great. Yeah.
But that's like any student's dream to play the role of Kenny.
Yes.
Right? Like, just the kid that gets to just tag along and participate in the episode. And then, like, yeah. Could you imagine going to school and everyone being like, I saw you on Doctor Who. You were running around with the Doctor and shit. Like, how cool would that be?
That was me. I love that. That's pretty cool.
It's fucking me.
I always love
here's
Kenny,
another
yeah.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
We've been making a big fucking deal about Song for 10. It's great. Oh, they tried to do the reprise in the End of Time. Connor, there's a symphony version of Song for 10. Not once. Not twice, not 3 times, but 4 fucking times in this episode.
Mari
Did you
loves
pick up
it.
on that?
No, I did. I honestly did
Four
not.
fucking times it goes.
Shit.
Dun 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 dun. And sometimes it goes a little longer as well.
I did not notice that.
And
Look
it's
at
not on
me.
the soundtrack because the series 1 and 2 soundtrack is fucking tiny and they only have like one song from
legit
each
is.
episode in there.
Yeah. Did not
Honestly.
notice that.
So I love that. I think it's the first episode of New Who, I think, where we're just thrown straight into the story and there's no like padding around the stuff, which I enjoy.
I think that's pretty
this
cool.
is the one at the start. David and Rose are already undercover. Mickey's already called them in and stuff, which I really rated.
I think that's really cool that Mickey calls them in, and like you're right, they're just there and you hear them. It is like exposition, but you know, you do just hear them say stuff like, "Oh, you blame your boyfriend, he brought us in to do this," and it's like it's cool. Yeah, I do agree. It's like it's a change of pace from what we're normally used to. Yeah,
I agree. Yeah. It felt like a weirdly big episode. Like usually, I mean, the episodes have been big, but for like a 45-minute episode, and it's a pretty tame episode. Something about it just felt really big. And I think it's part of it is because we're like thrown straight in there.
I do. Okay, now I'm playing it in my head. I know what you're talking about. The song for 10.
The song for 10. Yeah.
Now I know what you're talking about. Yes.
Four
Okay, they
fucking
do that a
times.
lot. They do that a lot.
Yeah.
Right.
Sick.
Right. The score is brilliant this episode.
So the Sarah Jane reveal scene, that is
Uh-huh.
awesome. The shot that pans from the TARDIS and then it pans round to Sarah and then David comes into the shot. That's awesome. That's so good. So good.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
So good. Okay, another note. Sarah Jane a little bit, but more so Rose. Holy fuck, Rose is a bitch in this episode.
100%.
Oh my god.
100%.
So many things she says, I'm like, shut up.
Even at the end, when Mickey's like, "Can I come?" and she's like, "Yeah, whatever."
Yeah, I know.
She's just so like doggy about it. She's just such a fat simp for the doc. Like no one else can like be anywhere near him without her going, "Oh yeah, whatever." I agree. She is not on her top game with being a nice person this episode, but but it's a good performance. It's believable as someone who's very jealous, and you can really tell that she looks at Sarah Jane as a competition, you know. And the whole scene between her and David, where it's like with the whole "Are you just gonna leave me?" type thing, and he says, "Will you wither and die?" and I don't, and that's the curse of the Time Lords. That's such a good scene, and they're both really great in that scene.
Yeah, you're right. I do think though, this is two episodes in a row now. Sorry. Where the writing has made Rose look kind of a bit like an insensitive person.
As in like quite emotionless and...
Yeah.
Maybe that's, I kind of thought that as well, but I'm like, maybe that's just... I think that's kind of like... they started to write Clara like that as well, and she started to become really annoying.
Clara was written to be a bit more like she was becoming the Doctor.
Yeah, and then, I mean, but it ties into the whole fact that what happens in the final, I think, and I do think she is just, like you said, like, they are writing her a bit more, like, emotionless and stuff, because I think it just happens when you travel with the Doctor and stuff, but, yeah.
I guess. What else I got there? Obviously, K9, what a fucking, we already talked, and actually getting John Leeson, I think that's his name.
Yeah, the actual voice actor, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, to come back and do it, that was so dope.
Is K9 in the classics a lot, or?
I wouldn't, he's not in like a lot, like if you're looking at all 26 seasons, no. And from the 7 seasons that I own through the collection Blu-ray releases, he's only in half, I want to say half, maybe just over half of a season. So, Romana?
Yeah.
He leaves with Romana. I keep saying her name wrong. Romana,
yeah. Rings a bell, yeah.
So, they leave together.
So, that's a pretty big character for someone who's not in it a lot. Like, I remember everyone was raving that K9 was coming back. Even my parents are like, "Oh, the metal dog."
He was like a fan favorite.
And they didn't bring him back until then.
Well, in Classic Who, they never really brought companions back that much, or ever, other than for like the 50th anniversary. The 20th anniversary they did that. But other than that, there was no companions. I think I was reading somewhere that for the 10th anniversary with the 3 Doctors, Jamie and the girl that is also traveling with the 2nd Doctor were apparently supposed to be involved in the special, but they had scheduling difficulties, so they didn't get to. So other than the 5 Doctors, I think there's never any companions that come back, other than like the Brigadier and stuff, who are like recurring characters.
But Kanan was always like her favourite.
Yeah, I think. But maybe he does come back. I don't know. I really would have to watch more of like the Baker.
Everyone loves Kanan.
The Baker years to understand it a bit more.
Yeah, Kanan's lit. Like I swear, everyone was just talking about the fact that he was coming back and Sarah Jane. I remember that specifically.
Yeah.
It was like
Everyone
really big.
It.
Yeah.
Okay, this scene where David talks to the villain, the main Krillitane.
Yeah.
Yeah, really cool. We were already saying how good his performance was.
Around the pool,
really
yeah, it's a great scene.
Great scene. Do you think the Krillitane's faces maybe look a little too cartoony at times?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is what it is. Like, I always just remember having the toys and being like, this is goofy, but I like it. It's just,
I think they have like 4 of the
silly,
toys.
But yeah, I had quite a few. I got heaps of the toys. But yeah, I even remember looking at them and being like, it's silly, but it's good fun. Are they a classic villain?
No, I don't think so.
Because the Doctor mentions, knowing them, but I guess that's just like a thing.
I think so, yeah. They did get mentioned at some point, though, recently, I think, in the show, maybe.
Did they?
I don't know. I feel like they have had another mention in the show at some point.
Because the Doctor says they adapt so much, I thought maybe in the classic era they had like a completely different look. But they were... That's what I always thought. Yeah. I guess not.
No, I don't think they do. Unfortunately. I'm trying to see if there is anything. Just by the way, who have we got? Oh, this was written by Toby Whitehouse.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's literally...
Yeah, great lineup of writers already this season.
I really thought he'd be the showrunner. I know he said, but I really thought he would. But yeah, he's the first guest this season. And then Moffat's next week. He is the first guest writer
this season. And we got Moffat next week, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, dope. Okay, we have the pain and loss speech, which I fucking never realized was by Liz Sladen. I never realized it was Sarah Jane that says that, and that was a dope little realization I had.
Right, the pain and loss about the, is this at the end of the episode, or the...
God, I'm getting tired so quickly, Jesus. Sorry.
Sorry.
I think... Oh, where was it? I can't remember.
There's a line that she says at the end which I really like, but that might not be it.
I think it's after the diner or something. After the coffee shop. I don't know, but that was really good, really well performed and executed. I thought the power plug meme was really funny. When Mickey's looking through and he's looking at all these wires and they all come down to one fucking power plug.
He's like, fuck it.
That was hilarious.
Yeah. Love me some Noel, yeah.
I love that. Yeah, fucking love Kenny. The whole, you are in a car. You are in a car. You are in a car.
We're in a car.
You are in a car.
I do love how they showed the shot of the car like 3 times smashing through the glass. They must have been like, alright, we're paying good money for this.
Yeah.
We'll set a few cameras up.
Every angle.
Angles.
Get every
literally.
Angle.
They were like, okay, we're going to do a practical shot. It'll cost us a few bucks. So we're going to get 3 different angles and we're going to show them all in the edit. That did make me laugh. But I respect it being practical. I do like Mickey ramming a car through the doors. I'm sure there's easier ways to get into a glass window,
good.
but yeah.
Yeah. I'm also doing a little bit of backtracking because I usually do like to go through the director at the start as well and see what stuff they've done. So this one is the final episode directed by James Hawes, I believe, who directed Empty Child, Doctor Dances, Christmas Invasion, New Earth, and then this. So he did 5 episodes.
And that was it?
That's it, I'm afraid. He doesn't come back after this one.
Shit. Damn.
Yeah. Tragic. And yeah, the ending really got me in the field. Canine Sacrifice is dope. And really sad. The performances to that are really great. And then and then when K9 comes back at the end, it's so good. And even the end when they're offering Sarah a chance to go back in the TARDIS and she's like, no, just the whole ending just got me in the feels in like the best, perfect, most amazing way possible.
Yeah, the ending's great. I think it's really cool, like, that she says no, and then we get the whole Mickey scene with he wants to come with her, and then the whole canine reveal. I was devastated as a young lad when I saw Canine blow up, and I was like, this ain't happening. And then Canine comes out at the end, and he's all refreshed and new. He saves the day. What a great lad. There's always a scene that makes me laugh. The scene where the school blows up, and then I don't know. This never makes sense to me. Like, Kenny's celebrating, and then his mate looks at him and goes, "Oh, did you do this?" And he's like, "Yeah." How did she know it was him? It's Goof of the Week. It always annoyed me, even as a youngling. I was like, hang on a minute, because he's just celebrating, and then she's like, wait, he's celebrating just like everyone else. He must have done it.
I'm glad you had a Goof of the Week because I had nothing. The only things I could say was maybe the CGI wasn't great, and then the consistency of the oil drum, like, because when the oil spills, it looks like more of like a spludge. Whereas when they're scooping out an oil sample, it looks like a jelly, which like is a dumb, like, I don't even, that might have just been, I looked at it wrong. That was the only things I could ever consider for Goof of the Weeks.
It's Goof of the Week.
You can't keep playing the song, Connor. You can't.
I'm just trying to get Aidan to edit some more stuff in.
It's alright. It's alright. I actually love making the edits. They make it more fun, I think.
It's Goof of the Week!
Connor, stop! Turn it off! Turn off the song! And thunderous applause for Connor. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you. You're too kind. You're too kind.
Very funny. And now crickets.
Oh, well. What a great crowd. They changed like that. You did. You got me. Bamboozled.
Got him good.
I guess the lag's a bit fucked tonight.
It is. It's here and there. It works well sometimes it doesn't. It's interesting when I edit this because sometimes we talk and I'll be editing like it's a normal conversation and it's super easy to edit. But then at other points, I kind of have to move things over a little bit because, like, for example, your audio might end up drifting a little bit further behind because our lag has gotten a bit worse. This is the art of podcast making, everybody.
Yeah,
online podcast.
I can't remember who said this, but someone said to me it's the classic quarantine podcast because we always film it through video. Yeah, it is. It's the classic quarantine.
It is. I've been listening to we were talking about him earlier in the week actually, Connor. Louis Theroux's podcast that he did during COVID.
Have you listened to the KSI episode?
I have. That was actually one of the ones I listened to today.
I love KSI. Yeah,
I was listening to it the whole because when I found it, it had already all come out, so I couldn't listen to it weekly. But like, I started listening to it like a month or so ago. It's sort of like because I have a few weekly podcasts or bi-weekly podcasts that I listen to. It's like if I do happen to get through all of those in a week, then I go and put on a Louis one. It's really good. It's really well made, and it makes me go like, oh, I want to make this podcast better.
What, our one?
Our podcast needs to be the best one.
How dare you, Aidan Green? Our podcast is great. Everyone loves it.
It is great, and it's doing pretty well actually. New Earth was one of our best episodes so far. So
What was it?
So sorry, on YouTube they usually get they sub. No, actually, a couple on YouTube have had quite a bit. Mainly the Father's Day one, but this one, New Earth on Spotify is the 4th most listened to of our episodes for some reason.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's not bad.
It's not, because the other ones are ones that have been out for like 2 or 3 months. Like the most listened to one is Rose, because obviously when people find the podcast, they go and they scroll to the first one and listen to the first one.
Shit, we've been doing this for a few months. Yeah, we must have been.
We've made, this is our 10th, 14th episode of the show, which means we've been doing it for pretty much 14 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're kind of good now. You know, we're kind of.
It feels like it's fine, and I still forgot my questions in the episode, so you can tell I've really come far.
Look, we're still a hot mess. But
I think that the wacky shenanigans like that is what makes the show funny. But
sure.
I generally did forget.
When you completely derail what we had in mind to do in the episode, it makes it hilarious.
Aidan's like, your like insufficiency is the funniest part.
Connor, you got any other things to talk about this week? Anything Doctor Who related? Anything not Doctor Who related?
They keep pulling my balls with this whole Time Lord Victorious thing. They keep saying, I don't know, they just keep saying shit like the biggest battle in the universe or some dumb shit, and it's like, can you just give us a synopsis already and just tell us what the hell's happening? And can you confirm Eccleston's in it, please? Thank you. I'm over it. Just tell me already.
Yeah, they put out like a timeline of.
Oh yeah, did you watch those? Did you watch those things they put on YouTube? The whole unit thing.
Oh, that thing. I watched a bit. I watched the one with Kate in just because I love Kate.
Yeah, Kate's in one, and then one's got like the 10th Doctor's Converse in it.
Oh really?
Like his shoe comes through the crack in the wall.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm interested in that. I feel like if you can't get the full experience, like there's all these like London things, like interacting things.
Well, that's the thing.
I don't get how is that happening with Corona. How?
Yeah.
Because London's pretty fucked at the moment.
They've put in a bit of regulations for it and stuff, but also it's not happening for another year. That doesn't happen for 2021. But to be honest, that's the thing I'm most excited for. Even though I'm like, I don't know if I'll be able to go do it. You know, me and my girlfriend want to go to Europe and stuff at some point, but obviously with Rona and stuff,
you might be a while life,
we have no idea when we're going to get there.
Yeah, it might be a while.
But if I do go, I would hope this experience is still going, because it does seem like a cool, like an immersive play. That's fucking cool. That's some cool shit, you know?
Risk your life in real life by trying to save the Earth.
Corona.
Risk getting coronavirus as you save a fake world when you actually die in the real world. Buy your tickets now.
This whole Time of Victorious thing, it's cool. There's a lot going into it, sure. Part of me does feel like it's a bit of a mess, just because no one really knows how it's working right now. They've just like released a bunch of products, or are releasing a bunch of products, and said they're all part Time Lord Victorious. I think it would be cool to see a way in how they're gonna connect, you know?
Yeah, in a way that's not just saying it's coming soon. And it's like, well, what's coming soon? What the hell? I mean, it better makes sense when. Sorry, I'm moving around my room because I get really tedious and I have to sit in another place every 5 seconds. No, I really hope they just, with the Big Finish audios, you don't need to know a zillion things to know what the hell is happening.
No, I don't think you will. To be honest, I think Big Finish is where the main stories will happen.
I hope so. Well, I'm sure you can just like watch YouTube videos where they fill you in on the context of like this and that.
Yeah, that's probably what I'd do for a lot of it, to be honest.
Yeah, and then that way you can go into the audios and just have an idea of this and that, and it's like, oh, this must connect to this and all that shit. But I don't know why when they announced Eccleston returning, I'll be very surprised if he's not in Time of Victorious, but I think it would have been a cool marketing thing for them just to be like, he's coming back to the audio dramas and he will be in this.
No, I think it got confirmed that he signed on too late to be involved in Time of Victorious.
Don't you dare, Aidan.
Yeah, I don't think he's involved in audio
that?
at least.
Who said that?
I think like the head of Big Finish was like, look, everyone's fucking asking, is he in Time of Victorious? The answer's no. It was too fucking late.
What's... You kidding me?
Well, because Big Finish like records some of their audio things like 2 years plus in advance sometimes. Like,
yeah, we don't know if maybe Ecclestone has done it 2 years in advance, do we?
I don't think he has.
Do ya? I don't know. So you don't reckon he's in it? Aidan, you can't be doing this to me. I was so excited.
Sorry. What I meant to say was he will be in it, Connor. Don't worry, brother.
Thank you. I will be able to sleep well tonight. Nah, I'm interested to see it at least. I'm not a huge fan of Big Finish. I've only listened to spare parts. That's it. So, I hear they're pretty good, but not really my cup of tea.
Yeah, neither with me either. Like I've tried to listen to a few, as you know. I've never gotten into them. Like I always listen to one, and I don't touch Big Finish for like a year, and then I'll be like, maybe I'll dive into one. I got a free download because of like, I think during the lockdown they were doing like some listen alongs kind of things, like the watch alongs, and so they would put up episodes that you could download for free, and then people would talk about them. There's like, I think the series that got Paul McGann most famous, like his Big Finishes that got him most famous, it's called Dark Eyes, and there's like, I think 4 volumes with like 3 episodes in each one. And the first episode of the first volume I got for free. And it's the first time, you know how he had like really long hair in the movie, but now he has like all the short hair? It was the first time that they'd shown his new costume and he'd done like all the new photos. Like it was the first time they fully revamped the 8th Doctor. And it was really fucking good. Really good. So I'm tempted to get more episodes of that.
Oh, so his stories are really cool.
Yeah, it's like a well-known fact that most of Paul's stuff is like some of the best of Big Finish.
See, that's the thing. I get people wanting to listen to all of Paul's stuff. Yeah. Because he's not in anything, really. Yeah. Like, he's in no Doctor Who, like, live action stuff. Like, literally, he's like 2 things. So, I understand that. But all this other stuff, I don't really get, personally. But it'll be cool. I'm sort of interested for it. I'm starting to lose patience a bit with it because it's been like months now and we barely know a single thing about it. But yeah, I once again only finished this episode tonight. I think I finished it like literally 15 minutes before you called. You did actually. I noticed that because you sent me a Snapchat at the end and I was like, bruh, we're starting in 17 minutes. Yeah, literally. I had to fill it in, but I won't. I'm looking forward to when we go back to filming on Thursdays because we're filming on Mondays now because it gives me more time to watch it. But yeah, I think I'm excited for the rest of the season, to be honest with you, because I feel like, again, I meant it when I said it last week. I think from here on out it gets pretty good. Yeah, I'm really interested to watch stuff like some of the worst ones for some reason. I'm really looking forward to Idiot's Lantern, Fear Her, and Love the Monsters. I think I'm most excited for them.
I'm definitely looking forward to Girl in the Fireplace and the Sidemen 2-parter. So the next 2 stories we'll be doing.
Yeah. I feel like I always watch them, but I haven't watched the other ones for a while.
Yeah, I never watched the Sidemen 2-parter. Like, I fucking have had, like, maybe as a kid I used to watch it a bit, but never recent enough that I really recall it at all. And then I think the Ood one I probably overwatched a little bit as a kid, so I'm not like crazy about rewatching it. But I think the first half of season 2 is pretty alright. Pretty alright so far.
Lit. It's got some lit 2-parters, series 2.
It does, doesn't it? And the David trait keeps continuing, where just like awesome music gets blasted whilst he runs down corridors. And monsters. The music was great in this one. I can't remember what was it again. How does it go?
Yeah. You get
Nice.
You get the picture. Is that the one that's on the? Is that the one that's on the
I
vinyl?
remember it now. Yeah.
Is that the one that's on the vinyl?
I don't think it is. Maybe it is. I don't know.
It's really the score this time is it always is, but the score is lit.
On point. Especially,
it always is though.
Mate, you put Symphony song for 10 and I'm all there.
If only Julia let him do it at the end of End of Time Part 2.
Dog.
We really we are.
I'm just saying, is there a...
We're going quicker with these episodes than I thought. Hang.
Okay, actually, here is one weird bit with the score. Sorry, I was looking to see if I could find the music, but I couldn't for this episode. There was one bit of score. The unit theme plays very briefly. Did you pick up on that?
No.
So when the Doctor, Rose, Mickey, and Sarah step out of the car, and then like
oh my god, it does, yeah.
No, that's not unit. That's Torchwood, isn't it?
Is it?
Or something.
No, I think it's unit.
The unit theme is like I can't remember.
I think it is unit.
It is unit? Okay, I was right.
I think so. I think it is. Because it sounded similar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably is the unit theme. That's a great scene when they all come out. Oh, by the way, I noticed ADR in that scene.
Same with Sarah?
Yeah!
Yeah, I picked up on that. I went and reminded it, actually.
Yeah, when she throws the keys.
Goof of the week!
Look at us catching up on... I never used to catch up on this shit when I was a kid. I don't know why I even care. I'm like, oh, ADR!
Yeah.
I have to remember to bring it up in the episode.
Because I was watching, and she does say something.
But then she turns around, so... And when she's turning around, her mouth isn't moving, so I was like, ADR, and it sounded a bit off as well. So I was like,
She does move... Her mouth does move a little bit.
When she's turning around, I think. I think when she turns back around, it's not, but...
Yeah.
Maybe I just didn't pick it up very well.
Weird.
It happens. ADR it's natural, kids. It happens more than you'd think.
Happens all the time, especially in Chibnall era. There's so much ADR. Whenever the Doctor turns her back, they like add a line in, and I'm like,
"Oh,
amazing!"
Some shit like that. Yeah. Oh, look at this!
Oh, the TARDIS.
The TARDIS.
The TARDIS.
Put that down, Graham.
Connor, what's your rating for this week's episode, bud?
Okay, I am being generous.
I
feel like I say it every week. This episode is getting, from me, personally, a 8.5. Got you.
8.5?
Cool. I think it deserves it.
I am going to give this episode an 8. Because I think it was really good. I do kind of wish that I put Tooth and Claw maybe a little bit... Tooth and Claw hasn't stuck with me the same way School Reunion has. I've been thinking about School Reunion, and I've been so psyched to come on and do this episode because of how much School Reunion, affected me. And Tooth and Claw, I gave 7.5. I don't know if it's stuck with me the same way School Reunion has,
What did I give Tooth and Claw?
7.75.
Yeah, I can stick with that. I like these episodes. I honestly think that Series 2 is better than people give it credit for. Again, I am a nostalgic twat. I admit it.
I'm just concerned about Rose's personality and maybe what some of the Dr. Rose stuff might become in this season. But we'll see, and we'll talk about that in future episodes. Guys, we have a Twitter account now that I run, and I post cringy Doctor Who GIFs and things like that.
Yeah, he does, yeah. But it's really sweet, you should follow it.
It's called the 50% Doctor Who... I can't even talk. God damn. The 50% Doctor Who podcast at 50 Doctor, which I'm surprised is not a Twitter handle that was taken up during the 50th anniversary.
True.
Yeah. Although I actually went to change the handle of something else. I think I was going to change it to 50 Doctor Who, but then I couldn't figure out how to change it. So now it's just 50 Doctor, and I guess that's...
You do it in sentence.
Oh, well, it's too late now. Find us at 50 Doctor.
It's not too
everybody.
late. You can change it whenever you want.
No, but because then that plug... Okay, well, find us at either at 50 Doctor or at 50 Doctor Who.
I am making it harder for people, sorry.
Yeah. I post fat Doctor Who things on there, and you'll never miss an episode if you follow us on there. And subscribe to us on Anchor, Spotify, the Apple Podcasts, all the Stitcher, the other ones, the other ones that you listen to podcasts on, and on YouTube at the moment called Greeny Who, but I do want to rebrand that to be the 50% podcast channel.
If you don't give the podcast 5 stars, Aidan will walk out on the road tomorrow and get hit by a car. So if you want to save him, give 5 stars.
You have 2 options. You either give me 5 stars, or you find the Doctor, you go back in time, and then we have a whole situation with the Reapers in a church again, and you can save me from being hit by a car.
Instead of saving Aidan, I just push him further.
Fuck. If
you don't want to see Aidan die and you want to see him next week, give the podcast 5 stars.
You would say that this could be blackmail. It could be a little bit.
You'd hear a twig snap, and before you turn around, I'll push you in front of a car.
Fuck.
Sorry, it took a dark turn.
Oh, man. Connor, I'm very grateful to be doing this show with you. It's a lot of fun every week.
I feel like I wasn't on my A form today, and I'm sorry. I forgot about the questions. I do sincerely apologise. I won't forget next week.
That's okay. I got a bit tired. I'm kind of fucking Connor around this season a lot because we're, like I was saying last week, pretty busy. So at the moment, we're constantly recording at different nights than usual. We used to be Thursday nights. Now we've been doing it on Monday nights, and then we're looking at doing a Saturday morning episode.
We are, yeah.
Because there's 2 weeks where I can't shoot, so we're going to need to shoot episodes in advance.
Okay, so I need to watch Girl on the Fireplace by Saturday morning.
Yeah. I'll probably watch it tomorrow morning, I think.
Yeah, I might have some time tomorrow to watch it.
All right, Connor. Thank you very much once again.
Thank you, Aidan. Thank you for having me.
Being involved. It's great. One of the highlights of the week. Thank you, listeners, for listening. We love you. We love you.
Connor's got his ruler.
Oh, God. Now he's going to bang things, and it's going to sound
The audience
horrible.
love it when I hit the mic. Okay, you ready?
No one loves it, or you.
I know.
Connor, lead us out in song.
Okay, and a 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3. It's Aidan and Connor's podcast.
We're doing Doctor Who reviews. Doing Doctor Who
reviews. And cut.
Bang!
Oh, yeah!
Yeah. Go for the week. God damn.
Sorry about that, Aidan.